This question is how to inspire curiosity in a child who doesn't seem to have much curiosity. His narrations are usually, they were talking, or they went to war. No explanation of who they are, or any further explanation of what happened. Or I will ask him, do you have any questions? Nope. Does that remind you of anything we've read before? Nope. It reminds me of this book when X and Y happened. No spark. He might respond, yep, or oh, but that's about it. It's frustrating. It seems like we need to take a step back and ask why isn't he demonstrating that type of curiosity? Since I can't ask you for specifics, let me lay out a few possibilities that come to mind and then give you some suggestions. One possibility might be that the Charlotte Mason approach is new to him, that he got used to other methods that squelched his love for learning. Another possibility might be that he's a young student, just starting out with this method, and he doesn't have a whole lot of other mental associations to draw from yet. Or it could be that his is just a reserved personality. Maybe he prefers keeping his mental connections to himself and pondering them without sharing them aloud. Or maybe it's something totally different. I don't know. But in any case, a few suggestions come to mind. First, be patient. I know it's hard, but try to give him space to grow at his own rate and in his own way. Children can sense when we are subconsciously putting pressure on them to perform, if you will, and sometimes it can shut them down. So try to cheerfully back off and allow him some leeway to be himself for now. Now that doesn't mean you give up. On the contrary, you want to continue to offer a tantalizing feast and plenty of opportunity to partake of that feast. You're just going to allow him to take what he is ready for with no pressure. That may require a mental shift for you. So in order to offer that feast, make sure the book is enjoyable. Make sure you are keeping readings an appropriate length for his level. Make sure you're doing brief pre-reading reviews to bring up last time's events and help prepare his mind to make the connections of a continuous account. You might grab our free book, 5 Steps to Successful Narration, if you want a reminder of these steps. To help expand on his narrations, try scanning the passage ahead of time and pulling out 2 or 3 key words that you want him to include in his narration. Write them on a small whiteboard or a sheet of paper and show them when you introduce the passage for today. Tell him to listen carefully and be sure to include these words when he narrates. Then leave the list in sight while you read and while he narrates. That might help with the narration itself. As for the discussion part at the end, it might help to take extra steps to make sure he receives it as an invitation, not a test. Not every reading is going to spawn aha moments or light bulb connections, and maybe he's feeling pressured to share a brilliant observation every day. So be careful of inadvertently getting him in the habit of saying nope every time. You might simply and casually just say, anything else to add? And leave that invitation on the table with no pressure. Or if the reading lends itself to a specific discussion point, you could touch on that point. For example, what do you think about what she did? Or what do you think might happen next? But it sounds like you might want to make those discussion times low-key for now. Make sure he knows he's welcome to share his own thoughts, but he's not required to. And if he doesn't, don't take that as a failed lesson. You can't see what's happening inside because he's chosen not to share it right now. But trust that each lesson is contributing to his growth. And then behind the scenes, be watching for a glimpse of that growth. It may not come when you expect it. It probably won't appear at every lesson, but when it does come, It will be such an encouraging and pleasant confirmation that he is growing.